What's good, everybody? You now in the mix. This your big dog K6. Shout out finest Carlton, your dig, and your girl Leah, aka the therapist. This is episode 115, ladies and gentlemen. March is freaking coming to an end. What the hell?
No.
Damn, 2023 just started.
It did.
Oh my gosh. It's just getting crazy out here, man. Time really be flying, man. Again, still, shout out to all the ladies out there, especially our beautiful black women out there. Got to give a big shout out. I actually want to give a shout out to, one of our mixers, man, and she really be holding it down, supporting and all of that, man. Chanel Green, she always comments, always listens, always reposts. Not to say that no one else does it, but she really gets in depth with things, since though she's really listening, right?
The legend.
So shout out to her, man, and she also gave you ladies a shout out. She wants y'all to enjoy y'all sexiness for 2023. As we were talking about Sierra and her dress and everything, and of course what you mentioned and how you may feel.
Get it on YouTube.
It's on. You tell her.
That's what I did.
Say hey.
Get into the YouTube channel. So we
can comments are. They come through IG. Get an IG.
Nah, but see, YouTube is profitable.
That's very true. But Chanel, we take what we can.
We do take what we can.
So
No, we
I
appreciate the
that.
comments. We just saying.
Thank you. But yeah, definitely. So yeah, she wants y'all to, embrace y'all sexiness.
Yes.
Slip into a dress or two or something that may be see-through. I don't want to see it, but someone may want to. I don't know. Aaron, you do the same. I'm gonna tell your mom if you do. But shout out to the ladies though, man, as always. There was actually a trend that was going on, man, and you know what? I really liked it. Again, shout out to the black women out there, man. So there was a trend where men were asked their favorite hairstyles on black women, right? So see, I wanted to ask you this, because I'm sure you saw that video floating around and everything. Wanted to ask you, what's your favorite hairstyle on a black woman?
I think I'm going to have to go with a silk press. That's
Why?
a classic. That's a cut, because for one,
they gonna be on your ass. They gonna talk about the most European hairstyle. I'm just using what you would say.
I guess.
But go ahead. No, go ahead.
But that shit is just it's so flowy.
It is.
And then
right.
when it's done right, because you gotta do it with your real hair and stuff too. That just adds to the effect.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. It's amazing.
Chef's kiss.
Okay.
For me,
that's a classic.
I like that. For me, it's definitely, I don't know what it is, but the messy bun really does it for me. I don't know why, but I love me a good messy bun. And faux locks, man. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Faux locks? All right, yeah, faux locks. It's funny because back in the day, and during my high school days and everything, micros used to be my shit. I used to love.
Took it back to 02.
Hell yeah! I used to love micros on black women, man. So those are my two favorite hairstyles. So black women, man, keep doing y'all thing, keep being creative as always. They always love to steal y'all style, man. So clearly y'all doing something out there. I love that shit.
We got two black women in here right now. What's y'all favorite hairstyle
Facts.
to have? To have.
Well, y'all already see I wear faux locks consistently.
And you do your own though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So so effing classy. She does her. I be trying to tell her to leave her 9 to 5 all the time, y'all. Listen, if you want to book your hairstyle, just hit her up. So effing classy, aka so effing crafty on IG, all that good stuff. Now she might not do it, but then again, I don't know. I'm still trying to get my nails done from her, but
I don't know. I think it depends on the look I'm going for. As far as, because your hair gotta match your fit too. I feel like you gotta have a certain style to go with a certain style. So it really kind of depends on what I'm going for. But y'all see I change my hair all the time, but it depends. So but I like the silk
We're
press.
gonna be on your ass for that too, you know that, right?
Why?
Saying certain styles go with certain things.
It's the truth. Ladies can say it.
Okay.
It's
my butterfly bites I didn't like with my bridesmaid dress.
Hey, I get
right.
it.
It's just.
I get it.
And I don't mean it in the sense of European styles. I just mean I feel like you just said, Aaron, for a certain bridesmaid, just her that's a perfect hairstyle. It's slick, sleek bun. I think it's perfect for a more of a glamour type of look. So it really kind of does depend. I feel like for me, but I guess some people might feel different. They
That's
may
a great
think like
hairstyle too.
the
Bun.
slip bun.
The bun, slip bun, that's a great hairstyle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now see what I think a messy bun will go well with the.
That's another great hairstyle.
It is a great hairstyle.
I'm trying to think, is there any hairstyle that I don't? I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Y'all
I'm not
feel like
going
y'all like
front
them.
because I be.
The faux
I
locks,
mean, like
the real locks.
weaves and stuff, but y'all.
I ain't going front, man. I think like some women with the shortcuts, like what I rock, I feel like those type of women, they might be undefeated because you know what comes with a cut like that. You know the body type that comes with it.
Oh yeah, that's
And
like
I feel like they're
that's
undefeated.
that's like what she was just talking about.
Yeah.
What?
Like it do it go with the fit.
Yeah. Do it. Go with the body.
Wait, pause. Say it again.
So majority of the time, like women that have like the short cuts,
Yeah.
they typically have like a fat ass. Good percentage of them.
I don't know. I've seen some with not fat asses that had it.
Yeah. So that's where it comes with like it don't go with the. It's kind of like how you
That's
said
not
it don't
true,
go with
though.
the fit.
I disagree with that.
What?
Now I think facial structure matters more than that.
Are you sure you disagree?
Yeah.
Okay.
We used to talk about like certain body types. I've seen women without fat asses who have like the short cuts and
We
it
all
looks
have.
really beautiful.
We are.
But y'all just kind of saying the majority.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
I mean, I disagree still though.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Tomato.
Mhm.
Anyway.
tomato potato.
Man, shout out to our sponsor, man, Rich King Brand. As you can see, my good brother right here with the good fit.
Oh, I
You
didn't
know.
even notice.
You know, and of course it's a casual wear as
Yeah.
well, so you can also rock a nice little button up under it as well. Spring is here. Hopefully we get some good weather because I'm sick of this rain. Sick of all of it. But you know who will be raining tears? We're gonna dive right into it, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna talk sports.
Oh wait,
That's-
before we even talk sports, did they have a thread for what women like for men and their favorite hairstyles and stuff?
Nah, I didn't see
Probably
it.
not yet.
Yeah, I'm
Probably
sure.
not.
I'm sure
Once
it'll.
you
it's about the
bring it
ladies
in the
right
mix, I
now.
just thought
I'm
about
sure.
that.
I'm sure somebody will do a trend
I'll be-
nowadays.
Curious to know what women had to say.
Well, let's ask our two ladies right here. We have two women right here who date black men. What are some haircuts that y'all like? We clearly see that you always cut Kevin Durant's ass, so you don't.
I don't think
you don't want the patchy head
I
guy.
don't think most of us don't. I'm going to say most. We see.
I mean, I disagree.
Right.
Tomato, tomato.
Right. Tomato potato.
Anything as long as you got a good shape up. If you have locks, if you have the Caesar, whatever you have, just make sure you got a good shape up, and I'm good with that.
Okay.
And I'm beard gang. I am beard gang. I'm not gonna lie, or at least a goatee. I want some facial hair on the face.
Okay.
Preference wise, if you don't, I mean it's cool.
Work
but,
with them. Try to
yeah,
help 'em.
but I'd rather at least a goatee.
Start getting them some beard growth.
If you can,
Giving them
because then I
signs.
don't know. Some of the guys can't grow a full beard. I don't want the patches. So if you could just get a goatee, that's cool. We can work with that. You know. But if you don't have any, like, it's fine too.
Okay.
But it's preference. But yeah, whatever you have, fellas, just make sure you got a good shape up.
All right.
That's it.
And don't have the damn chalk outline when
Absolutely
you get out
not.
the seat.
I don't know why is that a trend.
I don't know when that became a trend. Like,
I'm
I
not
don't know.
sure what is that exactly.
And this is the GOAT right here, so I know that pisses you off. Like, I know you as a barber just seeing
But see,
certain
what
shit.
is it? Why? What is it? Why we getting the chalk line? What is happening?
So right.
It's just serious. I need to know. Asking for myself.
Because I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to segue into something else too.
Okay.
So we live in this enhanced ass society, right? Everything is enhanced. The hair, the lashes, the makeup, the hair on men and women, the clothes, the shoes, as fat as hell, boot rocking that. Like, anyway. Enhancements are a thing with haircuts. Normally people have them for a reason. Like, I don't know, they might have an event that they go into or a photo shoot or something like that. They get the enhancements. The purpose of the enhancements are supposed to be for one to enhance, but it's also supposed to make it still look natural, just a little bit enhanced. For instance, they have the fibers. They used to have Beijing. Y'all know what Beijing is. It's the paint. Hated Beijing. Never used it.
I ain't gonna lie, I rocked one for my senior prom.
for the semi-pro. Did they use it the right way? It's a way to use it.
Yeah,
I know how to
they used it the right way.
I'm about to say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's done right.
But
it's done
cool.
right. Yeah.
Even being done right nowadays is still not as okay because of innovation.
Mhm.
Innovation created fibers, where fibers is not shiny, it doesn't look like paint. It's made of the same material as your hair.
Mhm.
So the purpose of a fiber is supposed to fill in the very small spaces like fibers can get into, and then stay right there. And then that it can look like it's your actual hairline, unless you happen to use too much. And then like the holding spray is something you use too much, then it might get shiny. It might get a little caked up, whatever.
DJ Khaled be using that shit on his beard.
No, for real. So the reason why fibers is because you can literally like, it's like a blower where it like comes out like dust, and you can like if you blow it a little bit, you're gonna get a little bit. You keep blowing that shit, it's gonna be more. So that's innovative because you don't have to use a lot. Now the chalk comes in because it's supposed to like 3D highlight the hairline, like makeup. You know how like y'all know how like with makeup, you use like different colors and then you blend them into each other to make certain parts of your face look a certain kind of way. Yeah, it's just like that. And so you're supposed to put like literally like a pencil, like if I sharpened the shit out of it and it was real pointy, it's supposed to be like that thing. And then when you put it like along the hairline, and then you like literally like you're supposed to take the liners and like kind of edge it out so they can blend into the skin.
Why are we seeing it?
Because people do this thing nowadays with all kinds of enhancements, and they take them too far.
Mhm.
It's like a perception thing. It's like you add a little bit of enhancement, and it looks okay, but then after a while, your perception might become skewed, and now what looks okay to you is OD enhancement. It don't look right unless it's over exaggerated.
Yeah.
Well, I need.
And the women don't like it, fellas.
No.
I just need y'all to understand that the women be cutting y'all ass. So if you sending your lady or a woman that you talking to a fresh cut pic, but you still got the chalk outline, 9 times out of 10, bro, she's not impressed with the haircut,
You know, the
and she's
first
cutting
time-
your ass in the group chat with the ladies.
The first time I seen this was when we went to the wine and slow dance.
Oh,
The first-
boy.
Yeah, it's the
With
first
the
time I
ashy
seen it.
hand.
And this shit wasn't even done right. It looked like he did it himself.
Yeah.
That's
He didn't even have a
that
line.
wasn't that wasn't a good introduction.
He didn't even have a liner. He just had chalk,
Yo.
and he had the paint.
That
His
was
cut
all
was
bad.
bad.
That
Yeah,
was
it
all
was
bad.
it was really bad. He thought
And he was
fly,
annoying
too.
to Kid 6 for a very long time.
Man, extremely.
Aaron, what's the style that you like?
What you like, Aaron?
It's more what I don't like because as long as it's neat, like you said, I'm cool. But what I don't like is them braids after a certain age on a guy. I feel like
Oh
it's
yeah, I
like
missed
you're
that.
too old for that.
What, like with
Like-
the fade and then the braids on
That
the top?
all of it straight back. I don't. You're too old
You
for
don't
it.
like
I
braids
don't
at
like
all.
the look.
I've seen some guys
anymore.
with the top with the straight back spray. It looked because they had a cool shape of it. I mean, I get it. I definitely get it. It's not the preference, but it made it look better. At least they had it was shaped up and look. The braids was neat.
So there's an age limit on braids
Is that Asian?
for men.
I just don't prefer it. That's just not something that I'm.
So really, it really comes down to either locks or a regular.
Or cruddy? What about a cruddy?
Oh yeah, what crazy we got?
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I
That's how I
like
start.
neat locks though. I don't like. messy
That's how I
locks.
start.
I want to see.
See,
parts.
people think
Locks
if
and
it's
cruddy
neat
means you end
locks,
up getting braids.
Yeah.
they say if it's neat.
Yeah, I like
locks,
it when they
not
just
authentic.
keep it there though. Like just keep it there.
They like if you go get it twisted at the salon, it ain't really locks. Gotta look like J. Cole's and Jay-Z and
Absolutely not.
Nah.
Freeform.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say those freeform.
That's Rastafarian shit. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
personally for me, I don't mind. You can go on right ahead in the salon and get them twisted. I'm
No, we know you. You're bougie ass.
why I gotta be bougie just to kind of keep yourself, you know?
Wait,
living-
we know you bougie.
But what did I am bougie? But what?
I just- So therefore, we
I'm
know
not
your
saying
ass is not
no.
gonna approve of that, and it's okay.
But that
You
ain't
like
like
what you
you are
like.
bougie. It's just that you just like to look present. I think we are lacking just the basics. Just look presentable.
No, that's very understandable.
That's it. Like it ain't got nothing to do with like classism, anything. Just look presentable. Whatever you got on. I'm not out here decked out Louis Gucci. Just whatever it is, just look presentable. That's it.
But it
I
still
mean,
doesn't
I
take
make
away from
things,
you
but-
being bougie.
But that doesn't have nothing to do with what I'm talking about. We gotta have an episode on what is, because they've been calling me bougie for 5 years now.
And you have
It's
not.
always the bougie people that act like they don't know what bougie is.
Right.
All right, y'all.
Like, what you
Before we
want to
get
have what you want to have an episode? You want us to have a full hour episode of us just talking about how bougie you are?
yes, cause y'all been talking about me for 5 years, about me being.
I don't
All right,
think
hold on. Let me
Just
ask this.
because you're from the county, that's a big part of it.
I know some county girls. I will not name, but we all know collectively that was from well, at least we spent time in the county.
Let's just.
Niggas want the transition.
But no, let me not just
You've already. Let's just.
I'm gonna keep going. What's the difference between before we go into
County
our
or city?
top?
Oh, no.
No.
Keep going. Just get it out. Get it out.
What's the difference between bougie and stuck up? Cause I don't think I'm stuck up.
So
That's
you
not
know
what
how
I
like
asked.
you know how like there's like extremes of two different things where it's like one of them is like a bad version of the other one.
Yeah.
So
Stuck up is like the bad
version.
version.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
like-
kind of like you frown your nose at any and everything. Like
Yeah,
you'll
get your
frown
nose
your nose up. Like if you're always in red bottoms or something like the latest shit, you'll frown your nose at somebody who doesn't have red bottoms, and it's like
Even if they got on a good pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah,
bougie is
that type
just
of-
y'all just like nice.
Bougie is cool. Like bougie could be like I like to go to nice restaurants, but only nice restaurants.
love
And when you go to the nice restaurants, you have a good time. Stuck up is like
Yes.
I quote unquote like to only go to nice restaurants, but anytime I go to a nice restaurant, I still act like this restaurant ain't good enough just
Yeah,
because.
5-star elite where they only give you a big ass plate with a mini size thing, and it comes up to $65.98, and then they want to get a glass of champagne, not even a glass, a full bottle,
I know some stuck up girls.
and run the bill.
I know
All total, you paying $500. You like, what the fuck did I get for $500? That's on here.
Can guys be stuck
That's
up?
just like, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
hell yeah.
Alright. And you know what's crazy? You and me gotta have money for this. That's the crazy thing to be
You
that
know,
way,
you
which
know.
is weird because
You know.
it's like you would think it would be the association, but
Yeah.
I know some stuck up people that's like they ain't got it like that. They look down on you though. Like
Yeah.
it's
Because
interesting.
sometimes it's not about like things; it's about like intelligence. They just might think they're the smartest person in the
Mhm.
world. They might think they're the flyest person in the world. They might
Yeah.
think they're this or whatever. They just stuck up
Mhm.
right there. It's like you stuck up,
No
you get
reason.
your ass beat up. And you might get your ass stuck up. You might be stuck up and get stuck up.
Alright,
Oh,
but
man.
yeah, they right.
Relax.
Y'all right.
Mhm.
I own it.
Just tweak some
That's okay.
since it's matching my fit.
Alright, y'all act like I'm the only bougie girl. Y'all know. I know y'all know money.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Not by a long shot.
Y'all don't know nothing?
No. I said you definitely not.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're not the only.
Not by a long shot.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
not at all. You're not alone.
I know far worse. I know far.
You know far worse than me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
See?
lying. You're not
She
bad.
said thank you.
Cause
You're
I
not-
feel like I hear it all the time, and I'm like, I really don't
But
think
you're
I'm
not
as
bad.
bougie as
It's
people
just
think
kinda
I
like-
am.
It'd be like, all right, shut up. Like annoying, but it's not like bad. But it still be like, all right, shut up.
But what's the annoyance with me with bougie? What do I say that's like? I've been dealing with my go out to certain places that I don't like the music, and I'm just like, look, times is rough right now. I ain't trying to pay no monies, and I'm not gonna have a good time. If I'm gonna be paying my money, I want to have a good time, and I know what the music that they play now, and they ain't feeling it or the crowd.
Let's have a good time somewhere. Anyway, you know who's not gonna have a good time this upcoming season? The Baltimore mother-loving Ravens. All right, so everything came out from the cat himself, okay? Because of course all the reporters just made all these narratives about what Lamar Jackson had on the table and what he denied and all of that stuff, right? So clearly the only people who will know are Lamar Jackson, those close to him in his camp, and the Baltimore Ravens organization, right? Well, Lamar penned a tweets,
There's 3 of them.
3 of them, and pretty much he made it known that he requested a trade
Mm-hmm.
from the Ravens on March 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Now, could we see something happen either during draft night, before the season begins? Possibly.
I hope it does, so we can put this to bed.
But is there a team that's going to be willing to pay him what he wants to be paid?
So if the Baltimore Ravens themselves, his team is not paying him that, what makes him think that any other team would? Not saying that they won't. I'm just saying
I mean,
they ain't believe in him in that regard to pay him that.
So you want to know what the other arguments are for why he hasn't gotten this deal yet, pretty much.
Yes.
Well, for one, I think we mentioned this before about Deshaun Watson kind of fucking up the market.
Oh,
Yep.
you said his name.
Yeah, because
What's
he
his
got.
real name?
Oh my bad. Because he might have a different name right now. But that man is a certified freak, Mr. Horny Man. But this man, him getting paid all the money that he got paid guaranteed. A lot of quarterbacks that are way better than him are like, oh, I need to be getting that. And if they're in a position to, that's what they're gonna advocate for. And so a lot of teams are like, that wasn't like he shouldn't have got that. So we're not trying to give anybody that.
Mm-hmm.
And you trying to get that from us or your team, it might not work in your favor. But also, aside from that though, I think that one of the big things that's been holding him back is that he doesn't have an agent. So in a lot of situations where he needs to have somebody that may be more knowledgeable about certain stuff in this realm, advocating for him in times when he can't be there, or when there were probably more pertinent times when he needs to have somebody advocating for him, but he couldn't because he was.
I mean, is that
practicing.
my first question? That's why he doesn't have an agent?
Yeah, it is.
He
Because he
definitely
can push
got
it
money.
forward. Yeah.
That's what I
He
said.
just doesn't. He had one before, but he don't have one anymore.
I think he just wants his talent to speak for itself.
Which is fair. That's why, because I was saying this in the group chat earlier with some of the guys, and they was like, there's people that have had to have somebody talking for them in moments when they couldn't talk for themselves. Like literally, like they might have been at practice during a game, whatever. In certain situations, you got somebody that's still being paid to talk for you whenever anybody needs to talk to you about whatever, and then they know, you know what I'm saying, how to act. Because what happens is, because this is business, the unfortunate part about business is that everybody's always trying to get over on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So the teams are going to be like, yeah, we know you're nice, but at the same time, we want to pay you as least as we could, even in regards to how much more. Like if we got to pay you a lot, what's the smallest amount? What's the smallest amount of a lot that we can get you?
Yeah.
And then he's going to be looking at them like, what's the absolute most I can get from y'all? And then so then they got to try to meet somewhere, and then the agents are good at negotiating that type of stuff. And he, you know, he can probably advocate for himself in that sense, but without an agent being there, it might have been certain times where he could have probably had a deal a lot easier, like probably during the season or something like that. And now that because things happen, a lot has happened since like the off season last year and shit. So, you know, he's in a position now where they just looking at stuff a little bit differently, and they're like, yeah, people are getting signed across the league, and you know, other people are like, well, we're not giving them this, we're not whatever. So now the circumstances change by the day for him. So
yeah. And it's only going to get worse for the Baltimore Ravens because Cincinnati, they definitely going. Up next is Joe Burrow. And Joe Burrow, since he stepped into the league, I mean, of course, after being injured, but then coming back and leading the Bengals to the Super Bowl, I mean, it's only going to get worse. So it's better to just cut ties now if y'all really can't meet. And, you know, unfortunately, he had to request that trade. It's cool. I mean, he didn't really do much damage to us in the division. We used to terrorize him. But, you know, shout out to my guys. Shout out to my guys, as you can see.
He don't got the terrible towel on.
It's all good. I don't need it. I got the hat.
Wiping up floors and stuff.
I got the hat. I got this. So I'm good. You know, I had to come and represent. I'm feeling good about my
That's
team.
a whole fit too. Did these match?
Nah, I don't. But you know, they black sweats. So they do match. They not Steelers, but they do match. You lucky I ain't wear the socks.
I know you wasted.
I didn't. Pig. It was very good.
It's ugly.
And it was on sale. Smart shopper.
Ugly.
Well, yeah, man, as you can see, I'm a happy fan over here because
It's making my skin
it's
itch.
going to be a good year for the Pittsburgh Steelers this upcoming season. All right, I just need y'all to understand that. Mark my words. All right, you know, listening to this episode. This is episode 115. So as the season begins and when it ends, I want y'all to come back to this episode and be like, "Damn, Kid Six was right about the
So
Steelers."
if they wrong, if he's wrong, come back to episode 115.
I'm not going to front. If you come back trying to talk shit, I'm going to ask you who your team is, and if you don't have no rings or anything, I don't care about none of that.
You invited them to come if they doing good. So if they doing bad too, they could come and talk shit.
I'm blocking all comments. No, I'm playing. I'm playing, y'all. I'm playing. But yeah, this is definitely going to be a very interesting season. And of course, you know, with April approaching, the NFL draft is quickly coming. And speaking of NFL, right? So, you know, Cam Newton is still trying to show his thing because there was a video circulating where he performed at free agency.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the team he's on. And, you know, there was a video circulating where he was like, ain't no 32 quarterbacks that's better than me. And it's just kind of like,
right.
bro.
Even if that's wrong, it's okay.
You got to be confident in yourself. I understand that. I understand that, right? Cam, you're done, bro. You've been done for a minute. You washed up. And a lot of players, especially...
Why is he washed up?
Banged up. He's injured. He can't stay healthy. I mean...
But some people say that about Lamar. They say he's injury prone. They don't like his playing style. That's why he's not going to get the money.
No,
it's not...
Not in comparison to Cam. Just saying, like...
The funny thing is that Lamar doesn't even want that to be his playing style. It's like he's forced to be that way. It's not as if like the Ravens had a good O-line. It's not as if they had top 5 wide receivers across the board. It's a great strength to have, but I mean you don't always want to use it because again, you don't want to be in year 7 banged up. Cam Newton, the thing is that Cam came into the league, big quarterback, right? Who could scramble. Carolina Panthers did a piss poor job at building a solid offensive line around him. And not to mention, the NFL failed him as a quarterback because we all know how they do us when it comes to black quarterbacks who can scramble. They look at us as wide receivers or running backs. So, of course, if he's damn near already out of bounds, they hit him late out of bounds. They don't care about he gets hit like he's a running back. They're not going to protect him. They never did. So, of course, all of those hits impact him throughout his career.
Helmet to helmets.
All of that.
Low hits.
Mm-hmm.
Hits that a lot of quarterbacks would get penalty flags thrown.
Of course. The type of hits that he was receiving, if that was Tom Brady, you would be ejected. You would get suspended, all of that. So they just didn't do it for him. So, I mean, it's cool. If he'd have had better protection, I'd agree. Like, you know what? Cam still got some left in the tank. But it's just kind of like, bro, you have to come to realization either you're not gonna get signed by a team and be their number 1 starting quarterback. You'll be a backup, and you have to. And it's tough. It's tough. It's kind of like when I think it was when AI either got to the Nuggets or the Pistons. I think it was the Pistons when he was told he was going to have to come off the bench. We all know the type of impact that AI had when he came into the league. And it's tough to hear that. Sometimes you have to suck it up. You know, it's one of those things where it's just like, I love the game, I gotta suck it up. I now have to become the teacher to someone younger than me. Cam's gonna have to be that teacher if a team is willing to sign him. So that's just where it's at.
Okay.
So we're gonna see. We shall see. It was rumored though if you know, the Ravens decide to cut ties with Lamar, that Cam could be a possible signing for y'all. So,
because ain't 32 better than him.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
I love his confidence.
I love his confidence. This is what I would say to him. Just go out there and prove it. Because for what you have proven, there is 32 better than you.
Mm-hmm. That's a whole fact.
Did you hear his but his reasoning was that, and I understand this too, and this is why I'm telling him to prove it. Some stuff is circumstantial. Sometimes they will put you in a position where they know you cannot succeed, and then when you don't succeed, they're like, "This is why nobody want to sign."
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what he said.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, you've been in a couple of situations," and he's like, "Look at the situation I was in.
Yeah.
I wasn't the quarterback for that system. I didn't have this, I didn't have that, and I still managed to get this done, but I wasn't going to
It's
be
actually
successful."
similar to self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't know if you heard of that phenomenon, but what you
Yeah,
explained is similar to that.
Mm.
Yeah. But that's why he's saying it ain't 32 better than me. If you put me in a decent enough position and on the right team, I can make some shit shake.
Yep.
So that's the part that he gonna have to prove.
Hell yeah, man. So we're gonna see. I'm looking forward to this upcoming season, man. Definitely looking forward to it. Moving on. So we gotta talk about some news, y'all. So again, for like damn near every other show, we're reporting something sad, you know, and of course, right. And of course, we're going to be reporting yet another school shooting. This time, y'all, it's in Nashville, Tennessee, and 3 children were killed and 3 adults were killed. There's been reports that there's no, specific reason as to like why this person did what they did. It was an adult as
What
well.
was his race? I don't want to say he. Did we know?
Mm,
They
I'm
didn't
not
identify.
really.
What you asked?
What
You have
was
one
the
race.
race?
though, right?
Hmm.
She looked like a
Oh,
white
he's
kid.
It was a
I
she.
said
She's
he.
28-year-old, right?
A white
Yeah, she
kid.
was like,
So
28
he
years
or
old.
she.
And then the police ended up killing her. It's sad. It's like, why?
Why are they choosing to go to school? I mean, I
I
could
don't
say anywhere,
know.
but
It's
I
crazy.
guess it's the most innocent you go to school. I don't know.
It's just crazy because when you hear about shootings that are taking place, it's either at a school or a grocery store, a mall. I mean, it's just like it almost makes you feel unsafe to just go out. Like you want to be able to just go out, do what you need to do, and and I think that's why I don't take anything for granted. Like there are folks who go out and they may not come back home. Especially in certain cities where these are taking place. It's scary. It's truly scary, man. That definitely brings a lot of trauma for kids as well. Parents as well. I can understand why a child may not want to go to school. I can understand why a parent may not want to send their child back to school because it's just like, if my child isn't safe here, where is my child safe? It doesn't make it any better, for black people out there as well, because it's just like, if I'm not safe, if my child or myself isn't safe, around a police officer or anything, where am I safe at, right? And I have to worry about an active shooter coming to the school. My child is supposed to go here to learn, enjoy life, and just have fun, and hate school because let's all get it. Who actually loves school?
I love school.
Cause anyway.
That's it. You didn't like school? I like to learn.
I was about to say, you like school for school or for the people?
I like
Sound
school
my
for
friends.
both. I like school for
What's
both,
the
but
difference?
I love to learn.
Like, it was cool learning. I didn't like getting assignments.
But and I feel like I like school more as like, especially actually grad school is my favorite learning experience. Really.
I'm about to say, because
Are we talking about elementary, middle? The basic
elementary,
stuff.
middle,
but
that basic shit was like easy to learn. I wouldn't say I liked learning it because it was like, okay, I don't give a fuck. I can learn it, but I like learning, not this shit specifically.
Yeah, okay, that's fair to say. So I
I
started
like
learning
coming
some
to school.
stuff.
My friends and we used to hold it down.
Hell yeah.
I think I got a theory though on why this stuff keeps happening at like schools and grocery stores and concerts and shit like that. For one, this country is probably the most fucked up place in the universe.
Agreed.
Because
1,000%.
once they decided that innocent children being killed wasn't enough for them to change the gun laws, I knew we were doomed. Because it'll never change.
Yeah.
If innocent children, it'll never change. And that's actually the exact reason why they keep choosing these places. Because you
It's
got
vulnerable places.
literally. It's like if you want to kill people, go to the places where it'll be the easiest to do it.
Yeah.
In the grocery store, everybody's
And
just
there's a
in
lot
there.
of people.
Yeah,
People
it's
gonna
a
be
lot of
gotta
people.
eat, gotta go to school.
They're gonna be in there. They're gonna be unarmed. You're
Right,
gonna be able to
that's
do
what
it
I'm
real quickly, real easily, and by the time police get to you, you will have taken out enough people that you would probably be satisfied, and then you would have enough time to kill yourself or allow them to kill you because they will. And then the craziest part about it is that worst case scenario is that the shooter doesn't die, because then they're gonna get locked up. They're gonna go to jail forever. But then they're gonna be able to see that nothing changes based off what they did. People are gonna talk about it.
Yep.
But even still, that's exactly why. You know good and well, for the people that's sick enough where they want to do this type of stuff, and then it's like, literally, we know the solution. This has happened before in plenty of other countries. And as soon as it happened the first time, pretty much all of these other countries banned assault rifles, they banned guns, and then it's never
I can
happened
imagine like with
since
those
then.
conventions, like with guns, like all of that. We have to be capitalists. It's money over everything. unfortunately, over lives too.
It's just
That's why they
sad.
don't pay us mental health therapists. That's a whole other story of how our healthcare system is trash, but people need.
This whole fucking cut. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like other places have free. Why is that something that's not free?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have? And the crazy part about it is that it then becomes a catch-22, where people make it seem like stuff that's supposed to be free isn't free because we charge, and now people got to get paid. So now it can't.
That's what we face. They
That's
feel
the-
like
that's the
therapists feel
catch-22.
like, oh my God, we can't pay these prices because we supposed to
That's
be
the
giving this.
catch-22.
We like we gotta eat. Don't get me wrong. Like we love to help people, but it is a service at the same
That's the
time.
catch-22. It's like with guns. People are like, bro, if guns are legal, then everybody needs a gun. Because if I got a gun and you don't got a gun and you pull one out on me, I can't even defend myself. So now
Right.
everybody feels like they have to have one.
Yeah.
But the reality is that nobody had one. Nobody would even have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm. Because everybody doesn't need a gun at all. As you can see, guns are always placed in the wrong hands. So, sad, man. Definitely sending our condolences and prayers out to the family, families that lost, their children or even teachers, loved ones there. It's a sad situation, man. It's a tough situation, but try to lighten the mood a little bit as we move on to some more news. So, I told you something about folks from Mississippi that just ain't right. All right.
Stay on their ass.
Yup, you already
I
know.
don't even know why you just said it to be not right. I don't know where you came from, Mississippi. I don't know. We know
They
what it
never
was.
found me.
We were always bringing up news, and Mississippi just came up.
Every single time. The girl who tried to commit suicide with the kids in the back. I think she is from Mississippi.
She was
See
from
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That water down there ain't right. So, white news anchor was terminated for using on air, one of Snoop's. Now, Snoop is internationally known,
He is.
right?
All
So,
right.
we were talking about this off air.
Mhm.
Everybody knows what Shizzle and Nizzle
Everybody
means.
don't know this. I'm telling y'all,
You
I read
can't-
the comments. A lot of people
Where you
said
read the
they
comments
didn't
at?
know when I posted it in there. I read the comments.
And you believe him?
Some of them I did. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them
You
I
don't
did
even know
think-
them.
I don't know them. I'm just saying it was a lot of people. So I don't think everybody lying.
Did you ask them what they thought they did?
No, I didn't ask. I was just going through.
Why you ain't ask?
Did anybody ask them what they thought it meant?
No, they just said I really didn't know that. Like
Did
Because
anybody-
that
did
answer will
anybody
tell
say-
me if they
Did
lying.
anybody say what they thought it meant? Like, did they just
you know,
volunteer what
I'm
they thought
I'm
it meant?
sure if we go back through the thing, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna check and see. But I was
And
just kind of
motherfuckers gonna pull
scrolling.
their car
And a
like,
lot of people was like, "Yo, I didn't really know what I didn't know what that meant."
that's,
Folks
you
be
know
lying.
what that sound like to me? When
Y'all think all them 100 people who say they didn't know, all of them knew?
Yeah.
are they white people?
Somewhere.
What was the others? Because damn sure wasn't black.
Because
Because we know what we know what it was meant for. We know how Snoop meant it.
Let me go. Well, okay, we. And I'm not
Everybody
saying we
knows
is
it
in.
for sure, for Sheezy, for
We're not
Shizzle.
right.
Everybody know this.
What's another N word for sure? My
Right.
neighbor.
And they don't even know Shizzle was for sure.
So what is that? That's
I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know what they
they
meant, but
they know English language enough to even know
Context and put it
context
together.
enough for
Alright,
this
let's
kind
see,
of
hold
for this kind of figurative language where they could have been
I
like,
see
this
what
has
I
to
mean.
be for what?
And folks
My
got-
what?
See, this
Right.
person, she older and white. No, she didn't know what it meant.
She
I
what
didn't
and
know
what?
it.
She older and white, instantly racist. Instantly. Do you know what this sound like to me?
Carmen Lenore Thomason.
Why you gonna call her name out? That's
Because
not-
we don't get no look.
I'm just gonna read the episode to see what everybody else thinks.
Brenda
Did
K.
anybody
Dawson
respond to that? Did
Underwood.
anybody respond to
Yeah,
No,
that?
they
they-
laughed.
they-
They
They
laughed.
laughed.
357 people laughed.
Keep
No.
going.
Brenda had to say this. I looked it up.
All right, so
What
she
does the
obviously
phrase
didn't
for
know.
shizzle my nizzle mean? For sure, my friend. Interjection slang, hip hop more emphatic, and friendly form for shizzle.
For sure, my friend.
My friend. Nizzle doesn't say
Nizzle?
for friend.
Friend?
See, all right, let's see how somebody said it.
They
Wait,
be
hold on.
lying.
That's what I'm saying. Do you know what this sound like to me? When
Okay,
Jerry Jones got
appears
caught in
they
that
went
racist ass
But
picture,
here
back
goes
over
the person
there,
said-
he had to say he didn't know what was going on.
Appears they went over woke on this. I never heard the phrase. Unfortunately, stupidity rules in today's world. I've never heard it before. See, a lot of people said they didn't know
Oh,
it.
no.
But she said they never heard it before.
Who was that person that read it?
Ooh, the
White?
went over the
She was
over.
white, wasn't she?
Did she say she doesn't
Well,
know what it
somebody
means, or that she
said,
just never heard it before?
Right, that's different.
What happened?
Did she say she doesn't know what it means, or that she just never heard it before?
This particular person said they never heard the phrase.
Right. So
She don't-
after
some
hearing
people
it,
said-
context will say for blank my blank. Oh,
She's
all
not
right.
gonna say for my friend.
I know little kids that will not say that because they're like,
I
oh,
just
no.
had to Google it
that will
to
catch
see what
me.
it means
I
because
am
I
not.
didn't know either, and I'm not old.
Who said that? What
This,
color was she?
Ari, she was white.
We just said it's. Get off the phone. Anyway,
Like you said.
anyway.
Like you
So
said.
there are folks that feel as though she should have been fired, and then there are folks that are saying that she shouldn't have been fired. Now I would have took a lengthy suspension. She sounded a little bit hilarious trying to say it, but she knew what it was meant. Like she knew what that.
Somebody else said Google this and say for sure, my friend. So people were
Yeah, hell no.
That's a
Because
setup.
because
That's a
her,
setup.
her white news anchor friends,
They
they
want
knew what it
this.
was. That's
It's a
why they
setup.
was cracking up like that.
Whoever put
Alright.
that online to say for sure, my friend, they want white people to see that and think that's what it means and say it around black people so they can slap
So
the
someone
dog shit out
said
of
if she were black, would this have been an issue saying this on air?
Oh
Nah.
my God.
Because we can do that.
That's
We
like
can say
saying,
that.
Like, is that a real question?
This was a
Who
real
asked that
question.
The white person asked the question?
Hold on, wait a minute. She was white.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, she was white.
Yeah, exactly. What's her name?
Peggy Sue Kidd.
Peggy, what? Who? What? What?
KID too. She chose the 2D.
Yo!
You don't get your ass out of here.
Yeah, nah, ain't no way.
Oh, somebody said now if Martha Stewart had said this, would we have been on her ass?
The thing about it is,
She
Martha
wouldn't have
Stewart
said the
wouldn't have
nizzle part.
said it.
She probably would have said for shizzle, but she ain't gonna
Yeah.
say
One
the
of her
nizzle.
closest dogs is the Snoopy deal, the nigga who invented. First of all, if Martha Stewart said it, she's not gonna say the nizzle part because she
Right.
is friends with the nigga that coined the term.
Hell yeah.
Someone said, I had to look this up against somebody said for sure, my friend. There's a lot of people that say
It's a
this.
setup.
It's a lot of what
It's a
people?
setup.
It's a lot of what?
Well, I'm
White
saying
folks.
The black people here because we know. That's why I
Exactly.
said we.
But you said and other people. Ain't no other
All right,
people.
well, the
It's
one
all
that
white
came
folks.
on here was just white, but I'm sure there's some,
White folks, of course they gonna say my friend. They know what that shit mean, my nizzle. Ain't nobody
But
walking
people are
around
saying, look, it's getting ridiculous. She ain't had to get fired. People doing too much of being sensitive.
This shit ain't have to get fired. Like I said, a lengthy suspension, you know.
A lengthy suspension.
I'm
She
cool
got a
with
couple
it.
days.
I'm
Shit,
with
got a
either
couple
one.
days. You the scooter on
I'm
it?
cool with either
She
one.
get a couple days suspended. get
You
some
want to be a
education.
scooter?
What happened?
Couple days is not enough.
What we talking? What's lengthy? A week?
Couple days is not enough.
Come on.
I'm cool with her.
Yo,
getting
hold
fired.
on, y'all. We just talking about people being overly
She gotta
sensitive
educate
last
herself.
week.
She gotta educate herself.
Oh,
Just
right.
like just
She
like how
should.
just like how they did.
She-
They made Kyrie go through them classes, so
Okay.
she'd have had to go through all
Sure.
She
classes.
basically said nigga on air. So I am fine with her being fired, and I would have been just as fine with a lengthy suspension because she's a news anchor. So you are keen enough to the English language to have enough context to have
Mm-hmm.
known that wasn't okay for you.
And
to
you
say.
gotta do your research on shit.
And you're supposed to do research before you say it anyway.
I'm gonna like when we just off air. I'm gonna go
And
see how she.
on air though, let me just say this.
Excuse me, this black person said rehire this woman. She's black.
Okay. Do you know what a
Maisha.
coon is?
Hmm?
Do you know what a coon is? What
She
you
got
mean?
mad likes, so how many likes she gets
She
right to
probably
black
got
people that
laughs
like
too, and
it?
it's probably
No,
is
she
white
didn't
people
get
that
no.
like
She
it.
didn't get no laughs.
Bro, you can click on it and see.
Get out the picture, boy.
See?
She don't
Let me
even
see,
look like
let
a
me see.
coon.
No.
She don't look, bro. She look
What
like
does
she
a
straight
coon
up.
look like? Brandon.
Her.
I'm saying,
Nah,
when you ask
yo.
that question, that let me know.
Yo, she don't look like no. Come on,
When
like
you-
she.
the fact that you asking that question
Why you
lets
trying-
me know this is exactly why we even having this conversation. Because you acting like you don't
She
know.
didn't get no laughs. Oh wait, no, that's her picture, but she didn't get no laughs on the
If she would got
Look,
laughs,
no,
I think
she
I'm fine.
didn't. Well, at least from that part you
Bro,
can't
it's
see
true.
it.
That's what I'm saying. You could click on
Okay,
that.
with
It's
some,
it's
but
two
alright,
ways
she
on her
can't.
ass.
But there's some black people in there that agree with her.
Why?
Nah, it's some black people that
What you talking
agree.
about?
Well,
It's always going to be some black people. It is majority white. We don't care about some.
Hell yeah.
She's black her damn self. She's a part of the minority of idiots out there. Because I got to say this. If you acting like you don't know what the nizzle
go
means.
ahead, Carson, look at the camera.
Listen. If you acting like you don't know what the nizzle meant and for shizzle my nizzle, you stupid. You stupid.
There you
are.
have it.
You are.
So nah, this black guy set fire for what? Nah.
Stupid.
They was just looking for a reason. Not to be in the devil's advocate. No, you did say
What's her
that.
name?
No.
What's the name of that person?
Demetrius.
Demetrius. You stupid.
Oh
And this
man.
is World Star too, so you know it's some black people in this comments versus MSN. But okay.
Stupid.
Anyway, man. Moving on though, but we're gonna see if she is able to get a job
I
somewhere.
don't think so.
No, she might
Not
get
good
out.
there.
She probably
That's
would.
true.
She'll probably get. That's
She'll-
why I'm
she'll
not
get a
worried about
job
her getting
on
fired.
Fox.
Okay.
That's why I'm not worried about her getting fired because she'll be able to get another job.
She won't get a job at
But
Fox.
to me, that's a fireable offense. It don't mean she's never gonna work again or she's never gonna work in the
Well,
field
then
again.
if y'all
She's
feel
gotta-
like
you
that
gotta
the
get fired
acre
for that.
did,
Fox gonna love her.
You gotta get your ass fired for
She
that.
said that. Bring her on board.
Oh yeah, immediately. She might get a promotion. She gonna be on the Fox News Network. She's not gonna be on the night show. What?
We need more women like her.
That's up.
She.
Oh man. Moving on, man. We definitely got to talk some entertainment here, ladies and gentlemen, because of course, we were just talking about this guy, Jonathan Majors. He did a hell of a job as the villain in Creed, right?
As well as the other movie had a tip to top.
Yeah, and in Ant-Man and Wasp as well. So yeah, man, he's been doing his thing, and then of course he's been, we've been hearing about his insane workouts to get.
Clearly,
In
so
shape.
this is how you put, you
I'm
did
about to
this.
say we've done a couple of them.
Yeah, we've done a couple of them,
That man
man.
is a Viking.
Yeah, I don't know how he do it. I managed to pull through, but man, that shit was a beast. I'm not gonna lie. You definitely have to prepare yourself for this. But it was rumored. Yeah, I'm gonna say it was rumored because of course that's what they let it do, right? So it was rumored that he had, it was domestic violence brewing, right, amongst the white woman. Okay, now we all don't condone violence at all. When I heard, I had to figure out, okay, was it a black woman or was it a white woman? All right, because if it was a black woman, would have been highly upset. Now, a white woman, gotta sit back and question,
Say this on
why?
air.
What did she do for him to just like backhand her right quick, right? Nah, let me stop playing, man. We don't condone any type of domestic violence, y'all. But it's been reported that it was all a lie.
Yeah, I heard that.
Right? Here's where, and we always go to asking this question, right? When women do this, especially when it comes to like when they lie about rape and everything, why don't they serve any time for this? I feel as though something like this, you should serve time for it as well. Because again, it's at a point to where, and not just white women, but white people in general, they know that anytime when it comes to calling the cops, reporting something on a black man, they know where things can lead. Either that person being locked up or that person getting killed.
I mean, in a case like this too, for celebrity status, like I feel like they say he lost 2 endorsements already and things.
Yeah.
So you really kind of know what comes with
Exactly.
when you
So
are
stuff
being-
like that, we know what the system
That.
is made for,
Yeah.
right? And stuff like that.
But was it true that it was debunked? Like she really, or just that people reported that she wasn't telling the truth, but we don't know if she really wasn't telling the truth.
So, New York City police said the actor was involved in a domestic dispute with a 30-year-old woman. In quotes, the victim informed police she was assaulted, a police spokesperson said in a statement. According to police sources, the actor, Jonathan Majors, called 911 himself to report his concern about his girlfriend, whom he lives with. However, when police arrived, the girlfriend allegedly told a different story, saying that she and Majors were in a cab on the way home from a bar in Brooklyn when he physically attacked her, the police source told ABC News on Sunday. So he's the one that called the police.
They didn't say why he called.
They didn't say why he called. And that's why the fucked up part here is that this story now becomes about projection. Because we know in any situation, part of the reason why nothing is ever really done about women that lie about any kind of thing to do with a man, and a man gets, it's because that's a different kind of story right there, especially when it comes to black men, because they don't want to protect black men anyway. So it's like anything, even if it gets proven wrong, it's like, hey, you're innocent and you don't go to jail, but all of the stuff that happened to you in the midst that you've lost has fucked up your life. We don't care about that as long as you're good now.
Yeah.
And so nothing ever happens because they don't care about black men. Especially when, and to that point, we know that women do stuff like this because they know that people don't care.
Mm-hmm.
So now, in her case, she's mad at him about whatever was happening, and she was upset. He called the police on her. She's mad about whatever happened. She's mad that he called the police. So when the police got there, she's like, I know that they're more prone to believe me about whatever happened, even though I'm not even the one to call. So I'm gonna say whatever the hell I want to say, and then he's gonna end
There
up.
needs to feel like there needs to be a thorough investigation before this goes reported to like the media and everything like that. You know,
A
like
thorough investigation about.
the whole entire incident before it.
I
Even
mean,
makes
that
the
was
media.
the point. That's the point about it being called the police, because I mean, once you call the police, everything is now starting to be documented.
That's what.
It starts there, because whatever you call the police about, that's documented. The 911 call. is
No,
documented.
that, but I feel like all of that needs to be done before people just going out to the news and hitting the media. Because, you know,
You
people
know the
take
way
the
the
spin.
media is.
Yeah,
Exactly,
that's
that's what I'm saying. I
Anything,
feel like
any
if you don't
little
have
tip or
anything
something.
substantial that is like proven to be true,
The
you need to
unfortunate
hit-
part, the unfortunate part is that something like him getting locked up can hit the media before anything that we know about the situation.
I know. I don't
And
think
that,
that's okay.
that's so. I mean, it's not okay, but the reality is that it's almost nothing you can do about that part.
So much is
We need people to actually care about what really happened.
Yeah.
so much is available nowadays to like anyone has access to anything. Like it's almost like even when it comes to, you know, being in a hospital, people get reports about that. People leak what they're going through, like not realizing, you're violating all type of HIPAA protocols. Why are you reporting this? If I didn't report it, who gave you the okay to report this? It's insane.
Is it a fine case?
No, that's why I mentioned
Oh.
hospital, but I'm just saying in general, like certain things like that, they make it out there. I mean, you hear about certain things that are going on in court cases nowadays immediately. Once it hits the internet, you see it on Twitter, you see it on Facebook, like everything. You just have access to everything.
Mm-hmm. So I guess this story is still developing, or
I mean,
from what it sounds like.
is it? I don't
I don't know,
know.
but
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
it's
It's.
kind of crazy because
I mean,
he's on
whatever
top
they
of
was trying
this
to
game.
charge him with, they can't charge him with anything, and he has the evidence that whatever she was saying wasn't true anyway, and she recanted her statement. So now it's just like that may be the end of it, unless he may want to try to do something about pressing charges against her for lying, because he did lose a deal. I feel like that's enough to get defamation lawsuit.
Hell yeah,
Absolutely, I agree.
definitely,
So I
man.
mean,
We
if he
just
wants,
stop
if
doing
he
that.
wants to take it there, I hope he does.
Yeah.
I hope he does.
For sure, man.
You know, on top of his game, see, it's when you're in the highest moment, something
Mhm.
gotta happen, try to bring you down.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy.
Always like that.
It's definitely
Because
crazy.
he's like the new it guy here in Hollywood right now. You know,
Mhm.
so
But also gotta be cautious of white women, man.
I mean that's a.
I
And
know.
it's not just like.
It's not.
I don't even know. I've
It's
never
not.
seen what this woman looks like. I don't know her name. I didn't even know she was a white woman.
Yeah, she is, but did he have a
Mhm.
picture of her?
And I
somebody
think
posted a
he
picture of her.
I
seen
think
one
he's
floating.
dating a white woman too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they all be. Not all white women are that does it, but
Mm-hmm.
just saying.
But yeah, they
That's
know
a new
that
attack, bro. That's a new
it
attack.
definitely is. It's just kind of like if you do one wrong thing, all you got to do is just make that threat of, I'm calling the
All it
cops.
takes is an allegation. They call it the financial disempowerment of black men, where you just make the allegation and then you watch his pockets suffer
Downfall.
and then even when they realize, oh, motherfuckers was wrong,
Mhm.
it still doesn't make a difference. The damage has already been done. You
That's
don't get any
wild.
retribution for it.
It's extremely wild, like what people are going through. And again, everybody makes everything available for social media. I saw a video earlier of a woman like banging her thigh with a hammer, and then called the cops to say that her boyfriend had abused her, until her friend, who recorded her doing the abusing her own self, dropped the video. And of course, the boyfriend was able to get out, but it's just like, what? How dumb could you be to have somebody record the video, still have the video? So whatever interaction that y'all had, you clearly must have pissed her off, and she was like, "Okay, I got something for you." But again, everybody wants to make everything available for social media. It has its good and it has its bad.
I think sometimes more bad than good.
I say it all the time. I say that all the time.
More bad than good.
I say that all the time, man. It's just scary out here. It's truly, truly scary,
People
man.
need to get back in touch with reality, man.
I don't know if people know how to. To be honest with you.
That's why social media shut down. Like if social media shut down, I wouldn't be mad. Honestly, like they had people really get back in touch with life. Go touch the grass.
I think if social media
Learn how
was
to go out and
really,
eat food. Just
I think if
socialize.
social media was to really shut down for like a good year and actually have people be able to just like focus on themselves, or when you're out to eat, you know, focus on the people that you're interacting with. We'll see how good it can actually
Really,
be.
a time when
It might bring-
Instagram
it
was
might
going crazy. People on
bring
my
people
timeline
back to
going
reality.
crazy. Like they could not survive. But Instagram was down for a minute. I'm like, oh my god, this is
Listen,
bad.
when Instagram was down,
People were
Twitter was loaded. Like everybody jumped on the Twitter. Everybody jumped on the Facebook.
They did. I seen so many posts. I was like,
You know, I don't have no reason to jump on Facebook.
just jump on nothing. How about just read a book or something? Like, you know, it's just you could do other things. I'm just saying. Like I said, go outside, touch some grass. Like, get in touch. So, but
We may be too far gone from it.
I
Yeah.
know. And it's sad. That's why I said shut it down.
Too far
This is because it's too far gone.
It definitely is, man. We'll definitely keep y'all up to date with that one, man. And then more news. It was reported that there was like a chemical leak that took place in the Delaware River.
Oh yeah.
That led to a lot of folks coming from Delaware going into Philly.
Pennsylvania, across Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and you know, stacking up on their waters and everything. So, you know, just be careful. Load up on water if you can, because clearly folks is going to be coming into the state to try to get that
Right.
and get back home.
This is sidebar. I guess it's entertainment. I did watch All the Swarm. I thought the reason why I wasn't going to watch it at first because I thought it was really like this loose depiction of Beyonce and the Beehive, which it is.
It is.
But yeah, it is. But when it becomes when you watch it, it's more of a subplot to another theme of the show, which got me intrigued.
I ain't gonna lie. I watched like 4 episodes. And I was like, yo, this shit is weird as hell. I just
That was weird.
yeah, because it was just like, yo, Shorty's just traveling from city to city, just killing motherfuckers. If her favorite artist isn't your favorite artist.
It was
Like,
a lot.
it was
But
weird.
it
And now,
was greater
anytime
than
I
that,
ask
though.
me if anyone asks me who's your favorite artist, I'm going to punch them because now I'm going to feel like my life is in danger.
The artist was more of a symbol. I think she had much more of attachment to her sister. Just
I mean, yeah,
that's a lot. It was a lot of mental health things. That's what I'm saying. I try to not. I'm working on like not trying to see everything through a therapist's lens, but anything that has such mental health and psychological themes, I just immediately look through it through a therapist's lens. So I was actually watching one of my friends, and he's also a therapist too, and we were kind of like doing a breakdown, like a case study of what would her diagnosis be, which was just, oh my god, she could be so many diagnoses. It's unbelievable. With a point we're kind of going back and forth, like, nah, it's like this, it's like that. So yeah, but it was cool though. If you're into like I said, it was much more than just the hive. It was a thing, but if you're into like psychological, like I don't know, like movies, I should say, check it out. I'm gonna see if you got a chance to watch it.
I heard about it. I heard about it for a completely different reason though.
What did you hear about? For what was the reason? That's how I looked at it from my lens. Where
and
beyond
I ain't
that
gonna lie,
too.
I just heard about if it wasn't for just I don't think that series would have gotten as many views if it wasn't for the sex scene that they had.
That's what I heard about it.
That was what was going around.
That really drew everybody to go watch it.
It wasn't
people
even
watch it.
It was like 5 seconds.
Other than that, I don't really see that series.
Which is so crazy because with so many other deeper things like black people, but specifically black women falling through the cracks. Like this young lady is able to go around to be a serial killer, going around city to city, and not until way later to law enforcement really picked up on it and didn't even know. They tried to shoot it down like, this is not a black woman who's doing that. And we also know that black women are ignored in like the medical system, like, or healthcare, things like that. So it was a lot stronger
They
things
even
than
get
just
ignored being criminals.
right. That was, but there was an episode dedicated to that. So I mean, people are so superficial. Like, it's so much greater things than just a freaking sex. You know,
in the first 5 minutes of the first show,
it was the first 5 minutes.
So you can understand that. As soon as you start watching this shit, the first thing you seeing is Chloe and Franklin Saint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
It's kind of,
attachment, abandonment, trauma. It's so much stuff, y'all.
I mean, you gotta keep watching for that though. But you don't gotta keep watching for that first scene. As soon as you press start within the first 5 minutes.
what drew you to watch it?
Because we were talking about it, and but then I was like, okay, people talking about it, I'll just check it out. Because again, I told you I didn't want
But
to check
why
it out.
were they talking about it? When they
I
talked
seen
about
the scene,
it,
but other people were talking how
But you
crazy and
saw the
wild
scene.
it was. It
All
wasn't
right,
just
yeah.
the scene though.
But I'm just saying, but it was the scene that
started with the scene.
yeah. If you
That's
Not
what
for
attraction-
me.
that's
I
what
already knew it
attraction
was
is.
before the scene kind of was circling around. Because remember, Erin dropped this in the chat weeks ago. So
She did.
She did.
But even then though, I want you to know it all started with the scene.
You got it.
Like people watched that scene and then started talking about what the show was about, but it started with that scene. Started with that scene.
Yeah, it's kind of like you know what's
I'm just
gonna
letting you know.
you know what's gonna trend, and you know what's gonna draw people to the series to watch it.
Like it's like, oh, did you see that one scene? And it's like, what happened? Oh yeah, this is what happened. Oh, what the fuck was going on? But this show
It
is
is
about
so crazy
yeah,
to know that. And then you know
boom.
what? It was
And then
not
people
just, it
start
was
watching.
because it was Chloe that was in the scene. It was any other random schmandom, nobody would talk about it.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
But that was enough to get the traction to get people watching it, and then they actually started talking about the stuff that you're talking about.
Yeah, I
But it all
hope,
started
you know,
with the
if people are interested in that, watch it.
I think that was
just
on
to
purpose.
see.
Mhm.
I mean, it worked. I guess they're gonna build
It
the
definitely
traction. You know, I can't deny that. But yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, man, that's all we have. So we're going to dive into some good old shop talk. This is a very interesting topic because this was also trending as well. My good brother Chi-Town's Finest, take it away.
Check me out, right? So I'm gonna do this. We just gonna get straight into it. You know, I keep them clippers to them heads. I keep my ears to them streets.
Mm-hmm.
Keep my ears to them streets. Keep them clippers to them heads. And this has been a thing. It's been a topic. This was legit. Thorough to its core. Barbershop talk. This is actually shop talk, right? Like for sure. And we gotta bring it up. We talked about it in the group chat a little bit. This is a reoccurring topic that people talk about all the time anyway. And it stems from, you know, going 50-50 in relationships with bills, et cetera, the guy paying for all of it, or guys being okay with women paying for everything and all of this shit, right? And so there's a guy, I don't even know his name, it's some guy, he's a black guy too. We'll just call him JR, because that's what his shit say, JR. I'm gonna read you his tweet. And then we're gonna dive into it because there's a few more responses, a few more tweets that we gotta, you know. So his initial tweet said, "I make over 3 times what my girl makes, and she pays 0 bills."
Oh my god, the person posted this.
That's what
Some comments.
I'm in the comments or something right now. You about to go on Twitter? She not about to go. On
No, I'm not. I'm going.
course
I
you're
got it from Facebook. Y'all know everybody on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, all the same.
The comments are on Twitter though. Like the actual tweet was on Twitter.
Oh yeah, the actual tweet is on Twitter.
That's what I thought.
Oh
she
no,
meant when
I
you said
said
you
the
went
comment,
to
the
comment.
person who posted and their thoughts behind it. Because some people, go ahead. I'm
The person that tweeted it also put it on Facebook.
No, the person who posted the tweet had comments of her own, and I wanted to read some.
So somebody reposted.
Yes,
this.
it was a repost.
Okay, because I'm gonna take it straight to the source. You know what I'm saying? Because we got Twitter over here, but anyway, the person that the originator of the tweet was, "I make over 3 times what my girl makes, and she pays 0 bills. In the 10 months we've dated, she's paid off her student loans, beefed up her emergency funds, and improved her credit score. Love that for her." So a lot of people were just like, "Hey, you know, that's what's up." Of course, the women were up in arms about it. A lot of the guys is like, "Fuck out of here." But then a lot of other people just kind of opened up a dialogue about it because they had some questions about some things.
I did.
You know, and so we're going to start it off right here with Leah, the therapist, what were some of the questions? Because we've had this convo in the chat. We got to bring it to the mixers out here. But what were some of the questions that you had?
All right, so you know what? Here's my thing. I feel like in a relationship, you want to see like your partner grow and evolve, right?
For
So
sure.
y'all may not be in the same place. Some people would prefer their partner to be in the same place, but that may not always happen. So if you feel like your partner can, you can help your partner grow, then okay. You feel like you're in the position to do that, that's cool. So I took this tweet initially and read it like, okay, he's in a position, he's making more than her. He feels like she can like work on her credit and beef up her savings and all that good jazz. Cool. But with the relationship, we all know that it is, I feel like you're contributing and your partner's contributing. You guys are both contributing. So I just wanted to know, my question was, what does she also bring to the relationship? And it doesn't necessarily have to be financial, although she is working. Other than just putting in beefing up her savings, what else is she doing? I mean, I think in my brain, I'm thinking, all right, if I have all this extra money, if I'm beefing up my savings, maybe we could look into like real estate or investment, just a way for us to grow collectively because he's helping me out individually. So I want to do the same for us as a collective. So that was my major question. I just wanted to know what if, because I know some people were saying, well, what if she leaves, right? Like, it doesn't matter anyway, because he was in the position he was going to find, so who cares? But I'm not trying to hear that he's just not going to care. She's just like, it's like a take. There was no give, and then she bounces. Because I kind of feel like she took whole advantage, really. That's how it can look. So I just want to know how she's contributing. That was really my thoughts. And it doesn't have to be in the same magnitude, but what are you doing in this relationship?
And I know I had said that she might be, taking care of like the small little.
But no, he said
bills,
she's paying no bills.
Paying no bills. So then it's just kind of like, I mean, whatever people love for the relationship, however, like what works for them, works for them. It may not work for us. It may not work for the next person, but what works for them, works for them. And people gotta like understand and just respect it. I mean, you can add your 2 cents into it, but at the end of the day,
I mean, I think we know like people gonna do what they do, but what's your thoughts on what people do? I mean, people have their thoughts about it.
I mean, hey, if that's what he's doing, if that's what he loves to do,
Would you do it?
would I do it? I would want my girl in a good space. But then what else is she gonna do? At least have some dinner ready for me or something. Like, I'm taking care of everything, have something ready. But I think it also depends on the type of woman too. Like, I gotta like, I don't know. I guess there are some good women out there. So even if I was to do something like that for a woman, like I know that I could say that I know that I wouldn't be taken advantage of. Like, I know that she would still do something for me in return, regardless. She'll probably still try to like manage, take care of some type of.
So what you're saying is, if you were to do this, you would like for your girl to contribute in some shape or form.
I mean, if I'm offering to take care of everything, then no, I'm not gonna. I don't want her to take care of anything.
Okay.
If it means that you beefing up something, or if you want to start a business or something, you save up for that, start the business, do what you got to do.
So she left you, be good. She did all that and then did like, you don't do it for me no more, bro. Thanks, I'm out.
I mean, I can't be mad.
You can't be mad because you chose. But...
Yeah, I chose that, so I can't be the only person. I can't be mad because at the end of the day, even if she leaves, I'm still handling the bills. Like, it's my place, so it's like I'm still taking care of it. So she leaves, guess what?
Y'all have to be equally yoked though, and I just kind of feel like at some point, I don't know.
But I also have no problem. But I also have no problem with like the whole 50-50 thing either. Like, it's no big issue to me. Now, it's a big issue for a lot of folks, but it's no big issue to me. If she wanted to contribute and handle something, I'd probably let her take care of like the Wi-Fi, gas, and electric or something. Other than that, though, like, I'll handle all the like major weight of the bills and everything.
Okay. See, what's your thoughts?
Before I get into my thoughts, let me finish some of this thread. Let me finish some of this thread because people were asking questions. Same way y'all just opened up a dialogue. People was doing the same thing because they asked him like, "What if she leave you?" He was like, "Doors wide open if you want to. I was raised to always leave places, jobs, and people in better shape than when I first met them. So if she did leave, I'll be perfectly fine. I add value to others because it's who I am, not because I want or expect something in return."
Okay, that's fair.
Cool. We're gonna get to the next part. What does she do for you? What does she bring to the table? Don't worry about it. Focus on being someone with values and character. You'll then attract the kind of partner who will uplift you spiritually so you can accomplish your goals and bring home the spoils.
What?
So I guess she uplifts him spiritually.
I got that part.
I think that's the answer.
Okay.
So you can accomplish your goals and bring home the spoils. And that's the end of it for him. That's the end of his thread. People were asking him more questions though. So they was like, that's what's up, my nigga, for real.
Well, sometimes
That's what's up, my nizzle. For
For shizzle, my
shizzle,
nizzle.
my nigga. For real. But they gonna drag me for this, but I have to ask, what's the point of y'all being together if she does nothing for you? People saying that's how you build, but what is she adding? I'm seriously curious. He says, why do you think if a woman doesn't pay bills, she's not bringing anything to the table? I'm seriously curious. Somebody said, answer his question first, boss. And he said, the question is invalid because it assumes she does nothing for me, which is false. Even though he asked two questions. Because he said, he literally asked, exactly, what is she adding? After he assumed that she's not adding anything in the first question by asking, if she does nothing for you, like what's the point of y'all being together if she does nothing for you? The follow-up question that the person asked was, what is she adding? He never answered the question. He never answered that question. That to me was like one of them things where it's like, at the very least, your radars is gonna be up towards what's going on over there, just because it's like, okay. Then somebody else said, this is one of those topics that are touchy. Men won't agree, they have their reasons, and women will agree, they have their reasons. I say this to say, okay, it's cool that you take care of Shorty. However, if the roles were reversed, women would chastise you. To which he said, as they should. As a man, the roles should not be reversed. That's just me though. Okay. That was another one of those things that some people was kind of hopping on his ass about. A lot of women agreed. A lot of men didn't agree.
There's a lot of women agreed on this story too, of course.
And then he said, somebody else said, I understand all of that as a man shit. I understand the roles should not be reversed. But how would you perceive a man who actually wakes up and does his best to take care of his family despite not being financially fortunate? Is he less than a man? I'm confused here. He said if he's not financially fortunate, is he truly doing his best to take care of his family? A lot of people disagree with that part too. Because it's almost saying that, it's almost, stable too. Not even just that, but it's almost implying that his girl can't possibly be doing anything. Because he basically said if the roles were reversed, where she's bringing to the table something that's not financial, and the woman, if he's bringing to the table something that's not financial, and the woman is bringing to the table something that is financial, then he's not doing anything. So people was kind of like,
I think he meant it like it's not that it's just that men should be the financial, like they should be the providers.
I understand that part, but because we know that he believes in gender roles, but a lot of people in this thread don't.
Right.
That's why they was just like, we not believing in that gender role bullshit, because that's one of those touchy subjects where people kind of pick and choose which things from gender roles that they want, and then they just kind of try to build their own perfect situation. Like, I want this person to do all of this, but I want to be able to do whatever I want. It's like kind of naturally just don't work like that.
I would have liked for him to really just kind of break down, because some people want to know, hey, if I want to model this, what are some other ways? I guess it's individualized, but some people could at least know, like, well, what are some ways that she contributes? Because we know it doesn't have to be financial, but he said spiritual, okay. Is it emotionally?
We don't even know what the fuck that means.
I'm just thinking about all of the other domains.
Some people just tweet shit just to tweet shit.
Just to get brownie point and look cool.
Because look,
pick me.
Some people, and so to that point, because now I'm gonna go to the next part, because people was directly disagreeing with the part that I just said, and he was like, "Yeah, I was vibing with you, JR, but that last one ain't it. Some simply just don't have it, but are trying." To which he said, "I don't give a fuck. As a man, your number one priority on this planet is to get money and add value to other people, regardless of your relationship status. Notice I never gave a dollar amount. Being financially fortunate to me means you're able to take care of others with whatever it is you make." So the part that they was on his ass about that is your number one priority in this planet is to get money and add like the add value to other people is kind of a general thing that we as a community of people living on this planet together are supposed to do. But the get money part was just like, so you're basing your manhood off of getting money.
A lot of men do.
Because
we are. Yeah.
And to that part, you know, a lot of people kind of start to question what he really brings to the relationship. Because
Outside
like, okay,
of his finances.
yeah, because it's like, okay, you can financially put her in a position where she can save more, she can rebuild her credit, and she can get out of some debt. And then, are you helping her become a better person? Like you just said, leaving her in the position better. Like, yeah, you can leave her in a better position, and she can even know that she's gonna do that. And then when she builds herself up to a certain position, but she's like, okay, I'm good to go to somebody I might actually love, that's actually, you know, loving me in another kind of way besides finances. Then they can go from there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the type of thing that
I guess to him, because that's what it's like, value is predicated upon providing in finances. It doesn't even matter if he feels like that's what he is doing. Perhaps he's not even looking at the other domains. He's like, this is how I'm adding value in this way.
He thinks that's how you're supposed to. And,
right.
But to that point, though, that's why people are challenging him, because they're like, you add a strong value here, but relationships are more than just this one facet.
Mm-hmm.
Like all those other domains you mentioned, those are also things that have to play a part.
So are they implying in the chat that, or the post, that perhaps this young lady in a relationship, or she may not be fulfilled?
They was just implying that, because I mean they was kind of implying that, they was asking questions about that, to which they were not getting answers about it. Mm-hmm. And that's why people was just like, bruh, that went back to the part where they were talking about, what if she leaves you? He's
so
like,
again,
I don't care.
they not only left room for interpretation, but he left people to assume that he only provides in one way.
And mind you,
and maybe he does. He's okay with that.
Yeah, because I don't really too much, you know, like assumptions like that. But
he didn't.
It does say where you left that space.
You left the door open, yeah, because he answered.
The part that it brought back to, that it kind of circled back for me, was the part when he was just like, if she leaves, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And not even that, but you know, you leave some spaces better than you left them before. Cool, I'm fine with all of that, because I agree with that part. But it also circled back to the 10 months part, where it's kind of like, I feel like this is just the type of shit that he does. Because some people love bomb in this form. They bring in somebody for a short amount of time to do all this extravagant shit, and then it blows up, and they just kind of go on to the next person, whatever. And then some people, they take advantage. Some people feel totally different about being a recipient of the shit that he offers. And then they kind of just like, bro, like, this is too much or whatever, and then they get the fuck up out of there, like, and then it just kind of goes on the cycle. So he might be cool with that being a cycle, if that's an actual cycle. But people was just like, bro, 10 months thing, like, that's kind of eye-opening, because it's like, that's kind of soon for you to be having somebody in your shit and you completely providing for them, and it doesn't seem like, to that magnitude in that way, and it doesn't seem like they're really bringing anything to the table for you. Like, what are you in?
Unfortunately, he making her look bad, because she probably does, but he didn't want to expand on that, so it just really makes it look like this transactional type of.
That's influence of her.
You're right.
Because again, some people can really like just tweet something just to really like shake shit up.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, I believe he really doing the shit that he doing. I'm just looking at, like, if that's what you're doing and that's your prerogative and that's how you get down, I mean, only time could tell if it's, you know,
we will never know.
as worthy. If I mean, the crazy part about it is, on social media these days, especially Twitter, we fuck around and would. Like, if they broke up next month or in a couple months, they're gonna be talking about it. Hey, I remember that. Just like the one, this type of shit happened all the time. Remember the one couple? I don't remember their damn names. He had his girlfriend sit next to him looking stupid, explaining why he cheated on her and shit.
Derek Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, see, he didn't identify this individual. JR didn't identify his.
No, he did.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying. Regardless, though, you know, people keep tabs on shit like this on social media. So we could quite possibly know something at some point.
I'm sure a TikTok will be created.
Yeah, I'm not.
Know, everybody love creating fucking TikToks nowadays.
They're gonna do all that. They're gonna do all that. I don't want to speak negatively on his situation.
So that's how I was gonna bring it to you. So for you personally, how would you do that for your significant other?
10 months, nah.
Okay, so for you, it'd be a timeline.
I mean,
2 years.
I just don't see. And mind you, there's brackets for shit like this, because he said he's making 3 times more than she's making. So clearly he's in a position to do something like that. I just want to know, what it could possibly look like if you were in a position with a woman you were not making 3 times more. Say y'all was equally yoked. Because I mean, in that situation, I don't think that it's taking anything away from him to pay the bills. Because I literally, like I said earlier, I think she just moved in with him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he was paying all his bills anyway. Now he's got another person in there while he's doing the same shit he was doing before, which is cool. Maybe she has a plan for her to be saving. Maybe you know at some point it'll get too different. I just want to know what some of those circumstances are, because now you look at that position where it's like you decided to share this, knowing that people are going to say this, and that, and then you decided to not give these details. So then it's like, well, why the fuck did you decide to share this? Knowing people was going to ask these questions to not give these details.
I found it very interesting.
And now that makes it look like this.
Yeah.
And now you look crazy.
I found it very interesting though for someone. I mean, I feel like there's a significant gap between the two of them. He makes 3 times as more. I assume his credit is much better. The savings of this. I'm like, how y'all even meet? Like, where was y'all involved in the same
like folks just
circle, like the social group? I don't see y'all being in the same social group.
I don't know.
folks
To
love
be
being
honest.
pick-me, so that's why I said that's if there's a girl, because he could
whomever.
he could very well just really just be tweeting, but just talking about like he just probably just made it up, right? But also at the same time, he's making it an opening for a woman to be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, you know, I'm into you.
Yeah, because the girls was like, where he at? Where JR
and
at?
this can sometimes really set niggas up, and then they get upset about it, like, oh, well, you know, she just used me for this, that, and the other. But if that's what you're presenting to him off rip, what you expect?
Here's the thing: I'm not saying that the person you find y'all gotta be like right here in the beginning. Like I said, you grow and evolve together. But it sounds like it's such a significant difference between the two coming in. I just kind of wonder, like, how did y'all even cross paths? Like, it just, I don't know. Maybe it could happen. I'm just, you know,
and
I don't
listen,
know.
those are some of the questions, because I said that too earlier. I was like, is this like one of those things that you just do? You find like these women fix up, whatever, and then that's just what you do. Because 10 months, you're doing all this in 10 months.
It was more about him and her.
Because this is also my thing. In 10 months, she was able to get out of student loan debt, bulk up her like savings and emergency funds, and fix her credit. Now the credit part, cool. I don't know how much debt she had, but if she has student loan debts, I'm assuming she got student loan debts like all of us fucking got, which is not a little amount.
Right.
She was able to pay it off in 10 months, less than a year. That means that it looks like you kind of started, like you moved her in as soon as you met her type shit. You
It's
know what I'm
probably
saying?
helping her with it.
And then whatever it is, so literally all her paychecks
That's
is
why
going
I'm
straight.
like, bro, do you really go out and just find these types of women that make 3 times less than you or less than you or whatever kind of way, and then try to fix them up because you like to leave things better than you have? But like, is that like one of the things that you do? I don't know.
You probably
It's a
do.
question.
Those are some of the questions.
It's
that
a lot
people
of weird folks out here that have like, I guess, would you consider that a fetish? Like being into someone that has,
I don't know about fetish, but I think it could be something that for him, with the ego thing. I don't know, like he said, he just likes to add value to someone's life, and he maybe feels like it's financial, so, you know, that could be a thing for him. You know, would I necessarily?
That's really a weird thing though, to like search and look for someone
If he
that's
is
not
searching.
altogether. How can you really, man?
I had a question. I was just like, you know, I wanted to know where she was mentally, like where he felt like, okay, we can be together because, you know, you would like somebody who I will believe share the same financial goals and just kind of visions that you do. You know, at least they're not necessarily where you are, but at least you know y'all can be on the same page. Like, so the fact that you met somebody was like just, I don't know, it just seemed a little interesting. I'm gonna say interesting. I'm not gonna say weird. Just interesting. And I too had questions. And you know what's crazy with social media? If you go against something that seems like, again, everybody's going there for it. Oh, you gotta be the hater or this, that, and the third. Because I was one when I posted it. I was like, I had a question. Because a lot of people were like, a lot of women too were like, yeah, like, where's that guy? That's great. My husband's like this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, one of the females, like, I'm not saying it's not a good thing, but ... So, you know, people are like, have to be one. That's right. It's probably usually Leah, but
that's why one of those things about having reservations on social media is that some things you kind of just gotta let them play out on social media, because to even just have a question, even if you're not hating, it's going to be perceived as such. Because people are looking at this like, damn, this sounds cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because honestly, if a man is with a woman and he's trying to help her elevate herself and she's in this debt and she needs to rebuild her credit and she needs, you know, it could help anybody and everybody to have more savings in their emergency funds, and that's how you are choosing to help your spouse, that's perfectly fine. It was just the part where people was like, yo, in 10 months, what the fuck you mean in 10 months? You know what I'm saying? What else is going on? Like in 10 months, y'all, you been doing this? What else is she can, that's when some of the other questions started. Listen, man, whatever she was, whatever she is.
Just saying. I'm just thinking about all the things. It could be 10 months.
Because so it's certain details he could have just left out. He could have just been like, yo, like, I helped my girl do this, and that. And, you know, like, I like doing that for my girl. Love that for her, whatever. And then people would have been like, all right, bet. But when you start to add in the fact that it was that amount of time,
I feel like he did that so people can get, like, so people can talk.
That's where it opened up the door. Because, I mean, other than that, on social media, we know anybody saying they do anything for their spouse is going to be frowned upon. A motherfucker could be like, my spouse loves hot chocolate. So every other morning or such or whatever, I wake them up to a glass of hot chocolate. People gonna be acting like
you shouldn't be doing that for no man. The man need to do it for you. Blah blah
that
blah.
That type of shit happens.
Why you eat? Why? And you know, men nowadays we can't do nothing. I saw a tweet. This girl was like, "Yeah, I feel like as a man, if you go to Howard, that's a little sassy." So you know, women probably gonna be like, "Yeah, my man can't drink hot chocolate. Like I don't want to see no man blowing in a cup." Like it's weird,
a
man.
girl said God can't eat desserts. When he go out, he can't order dessert.
Yeah, yo, women are fucking weird. I don't know where this mindset came from, to be honest with you. Like, there was another post and like men were just making a joke out of it because it was something like, oh, I think it's a little sassy about a man drinking margaritas or something. So, you know, niggas was just having their fun with it. Like, okay, yeah, me on my, they used the Jalen Ramsey, it was like, would you like another margarita? And they used the Jalen Ramsey and was like, you tell me. You tell me. So, I mean, like, it's almost as if, like, as a man, you really can't do anything, right? But then, like, there are certain things that, like, women, it's kind of like if you are one of those few in the bucket that, like, is okay with doing 50-50 or, you know, certain things for your man, it's just like, oh, well, I can't do that. You know, you shouldn't do that as a woman. It's just like, yo, shut the hell up. Like, you're miserable.
People are always gonna have those reservations.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna say this though. If my like significant other decided to do those, and I'm like, that's cool, but I just wouldn't feel right not giving in some other way. I just don't. I don't know. I just never been like just to take. I just never been that. So it would be very foreign for me. I don't know. I struggle with it. So I feel like I have to contribute in some way. So I feel like we're building together in some regard. Because he's helping me. I don't know. But maybe some women are like, no, could we just take it? I'm not have to contribute anything. If he's saying, like you said, it's his
people
choice.
like that.
So,
And it's people, that's what I'm saying. It's men that like women like that. That's why I be looking like it's the reason why those kind of men like those kind of women. That's all I'm gonna say.
right, because women like me, they want to feel, I don't know what they will feel challenged in some regard, like where they feel like they're not in the position they're supposed to be because they have a woman who's doing for herself or wants to contribute in some way. So again, you got people who are stuck in gender roles and they're gonna feel like, this you aren't supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be providing. I'm supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z. So I don't subscribe to it. So maybe that's, you know, he'll probably have a hard time. Like that guy would have a very hard time with me. We wouldn't work out because he subscribes to the gender roles. I absolutely want to dissolve gender roles.
Listen, man, that man don't want to dissolve.
Not at all. But there are a lot of men out there and women alike that don't. They think that gender roles, you know, gender and societal norms are, you know, a thing to stay. So, yeah. But shout out their relationship. If that is working for them and he doesn't have any underlying reasons other than what he just stated, good for them.
We wish for you the best. We wish for y'all the best for real. I wouldn't recommend doing this social media shit again.
Like posting that?
I mean, some reservations I think should just be left offline if you still believe in these gender, because now you got to question what made you decide to put this on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Probably didn't know it was gonna go viral, maybe, but once it did, now you opening up the door to these questions that people were asking that you weren't answering, and to some of these other things that you volunteered to tell the people about the way that you think about certain stuff, which raised a lot of eyebrows, you know, and it further added to this divide we have between men and women about a whole bunch of shit with this topic. But shout out to y'all, do your thing in y'all 10 months. Ain't going crazy. Bro, that's the part to me. The gender roles in the 10 months. It's like, all right, bro, you got it. You got it, bro. You got it.
Okay. I'm causing to keep your ass in the streets.
You know I'm gonna keep my ass in the streets. That don't stop.
Okay.
It keeps going.
Well, there you have it, folks. Well, listen, man. This was episode 115. Until next time, y'all. It's your big dog K6, Chi-Town's finest, Carlton and Diggy, your girl Leah, aka the therapist. Always behind the scenes, your girl so effing classy, aka so effing crafty, aka so effing glassy. Till next time, and again, shout out to all the beautiful black women out there that's doing the damn thing with our favorite hairstyles and more. Still Women's Month, man. We out.
And the mix, and the mix, and the mix, Carlton, Leah, K6 in the mix.